tools. Go to that. So what's the difference? So basic difference is like if you see in the get parameters, can it bookmark was already known because the URL is specific. Okay, and the thing is that this is the major difference in get and post. So in the get, what we have seen, the value that we have passed was visible in the URL, was visible to everyone. So even if that file was kind of, even if that link was logged somewhere, so like over here, let's say, suppose we were logging this data somewhere in a file. So the value that we have passed, like name and username, password, may be also logged in the logging file. Okay, that is something, one of the major concerns, the get parameter. But one of the things that is helpful in the post is that the data that we share with the web server is not displayed in the URL. Okay, so you won't see that. Okay, even if you send let's say username password by post parameter, you won't see that data on the URL. Okay, so we'll see that how that thing is in action. But overall, thing is that the post header looks something like this. When you intercept that via Wireshark or something, what you will see is that the post header will look like this. So this is something, the one of the catch is that you will only see this header in the Wireshark in plain text if the URL is a HTTP URL. Okay, so what I will do is that, let's say I go over here and let's say post HTTP example URL. If not, we'll prepare our own and we'll do that. So thing is that what we will do is that, let's quickly do that and prepare our own code for the HTTP part, for the post request. Okay, so what I will do is, let me just go and get my code. Let me just give me 1 second, guys. So what we will do now is we'll understand the post parameter in a much more detail, how it will look like. Okay, so what we will do now is that let me just go to this code. Where it is? Okay, this one. Okay, so this is the basic code that we have already seen. Okay, that we have already seen. Let me just go to the file. Let me go to ls. Let me go to the web server. Let me go to the CGI bin. And what we are doing over here is we are creating another file. Let's say qwe.py. Okay, qwe.py. And what we are doing is we are saving this code over here. Okay, and it's the same code that it is accepting the values, name, age, and email, and then it is displaying that in the website. Okay, the one we have seen earlier, but with one extra functionality. And now what we will do is that, rather than kind of sending these values as a get parameter, we will try to send those data to the server as a post parameter. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly save this, and what we'll do is we'll just do chmod +x qwe.py. And if it goes ls, we see that the executable permission has been kind of set up over here. And now we'll create another file, okay, over here, let's say in like not inside the CGI bin, but outside the CGI bin. And let's say that nano and to just quickly do that, ls, and let's say rm index.html, and see here ls, and let's create a file, nano index.html. Okay, and in this file, what we will do is that we will put this code. Okay, and now let me just quickly go to that. Okay, so what this code is doing is that it is again a simple HTML file, but the catch over here is that it is accepting the values in a form variable, which we will see now in a form variable, and it accepting the name, age, and email ID, and then there is a button to submit that data. And what we are seeing over here is that that data is being sent to qwe.py. It is being sent to qwe.py. So, okay, via this website, and the method by which this this form is sending the data is via the post parameter. Okay. Now, if we save this, and what we'll do is that because the server is already running over here, what we do is that we go over here, we go to the 127.0, and let me just do quickly one thing. Then we just enter. Okay, I think there has been some issues. Let me just quickly here. Let's cat let this file is saved, and we will quickly kind of run the code. And let's say 127.0. Okay, now you see that we are being served the new web page. We are being served the new web page, and the code of that web page is this one. Doc type HTML. The name, the form, what we have seen over here is something which is showing up here: name, age, and email ID. Okay, and now what we will do is that if we share this data, if we want to send a data to the server, like name as like Anil, is 43, and some email ID @.com, and what we do is that if we share this data, so let me just go to this one. Okay, and we press enter. I think that there has okay. The issue was that if I need to again go to the CGI bin, do the ls and nano qwe, and what I need to do is I need to do Python 3 because Python 3 is installed in my system, not Python 2. Okay, now I go back to this one, and over here if I go and click save, okay, and now if I do submit, you see, it says that name and age 43, and then the email ID. It displays the thing. But the thing is that if you see this URL, you are not seeing that data has been passed via that URL. Okay, it was passed via the post header in similar manner what you are seeing over here. Okay, in similar manner, like where the post header will be there, and the variable names will be in the header itself, not in the URL. So if I go to my log file, the log file that was over here. So if you see, a request was made to the CGI bin /qwe.py. The header was post request, and earlier that was get. This time it is all post request, and there is no logging of the data. Like what data I send out in the form, the name, email, and the age, it is nothing logged out in the in the log file. And this is actually the status code, which we will see later, which means the request that came in by the client has been successfully processed. Okay, so 200 means successfully processed, and the thing is that now you see the data is over here. And if we again refresh that, so what will happen is that it is again kind of actually sending data, but let's do something like this. Let's we are in the first one, we do something like this and something like this, and we submit. Right, okay, valid email. Okay, and now we again see that there will be no logging of the data over here. Okay, so this is one of the things that, guys, as a cybersecurity professional, you will be encountering almost 99% of the time.